2019 Exam 2 Matrices Question 2. All right, question 2, we've got a theme park. It's got 4 locations, which are labeled here. And the first question is asking us about when you got these 2,000 visitors, what percentage of the park's visitors were at Waterworld? So that's basically, if you look on the thing, Waterworld is 400. So that's going to be 400 out of 2,000. And you're going to times by 100 to obviously get that. You can probably see that that's a 4 out of 20, which is 2 out of 10, which is 20%. Most people got that right. Okay, so now they're giving us a bit more of a formula that they're giving us. The S0 is this is T times Sn. So the question is that we're going to find S1. So you basically just have to stick all this in your calculator and multiply it through. And so your calculation look like this. I've labeled up T and S. You didn't actually have to label them up. You could have just put them right next to each other and done it. And you get these values. And again, it is a self-correcting question because they gave you 300 and you've got the 300 here. So you know the rest of the values should be, or you should feel a bit more confident and more relaxed in the exam that these numbers are in fact the correct numbers, because they are. And 84% of people got that right, so fairly straightforward. Now this is an important question to study because it has this of the 300 visitors expected at 11 a.m. That is actually means S1. What percentage was either at 10 a.m.? That's your S0. And so we've got the 300 there from the S1, and then we've got to look at the air world and food world that went to ground world. So if you look at the transition matrix, air world to ground world is 10%, and food world to ground world is 20%. And let's just remind ourselves of the labeling on these things. These are also labeled A, F, G, W. That's also A, F, G, W. So all you need to do is think about, okay, so 10% of A goes to G, so 10%, 0.1, times 600, plus 20% of food world goes to ground world, so 0.2 times 600, because the values 600 and 600 that we've got there, and divided by the 300 that they told us were there in the end. And when you pump all those numbers in together, you'll get 0.6, which equals 60%, because the question asked you for percentage. Make sure you check what units you're supposed to be using. And so there's often these kind of questions of the percent that was there, how many came from there. So very important to get the hang of these ones because only about a quarter of students got this right. So this is a good question to study, highly likely to be one of these on the exam. Okay, this is a good question about the permutation matrices, but you can't see the word permutation in there. But they're telling you it's a binary matrix that you're using to swap the rows. That's a permutation matrix. Now, don't overcomplicate these things. We're just trying to find M, which is a binary matrix, the permutation matrix that's going to change T. Now, just remind ourselves, I, in this case, would have to be a 4 by 4. It'd be one like this. Like this. Now, I is just a special case of the permutation matrix. We want to swap these two rows. So all you got to do is swap those two rows. So the unit was 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Only 1 in 5 kids got that right. That's not great, but that's all you have to do. So if you want to swap two rows, you just take the identity matrix, swap those two rows. Same if you want to swap columns, same thing. So that's all you have to do. It's a lot simpler when you think about it that way. You're just going, oh my God, how did people get that wrong? A thought that occurs to many teachers.